Alright guys, welcome back to another Premier League wrap-up review show with Borche and myself at the football capital. It's a bit of a depressing review show. United lost to Brighton Hove 3-2.
Fantastic.
So I don't know if I want to do this show today, man.
Yeah, I think we should cancel, man. But anyways, yeah,
let's leave that.
Match day, yeah, we'll leave that to the end.
Let's leave the worst for the end, please. But we'll start.
Yeah, match day 2 of the Premier League. Look, there's some interesting games.
Yeah,
it was an exciting week.
It was,
and I'm glad it's back.
A lot of quality goals, man. Yeah. A lot of quality goals. I'm glad it's back.
The first game was Cardiff Newcastle.
Yeah,
was the first game. 0-0. Now, usually 0-0's a boring game, but this one was a bit exciting. I reckon it was a lot of entertainment.
A lot of controversy.
Yeah. The red card in that game.
Yeah, it was a red card.
Yeah. Do you think it was a red card? What was your take on that? Tackle from behind.
It was a bit harsh.
Bit harsh, you reckon? Yeah, look, it looks worse. Not even in slow motion, it looks bad.
It's the more you watch it.
The more you watch it.
If I watch it 5, 6, 7 times in a row, it gets worse and worse.
I think because it was from behind.
Yeah.
And yeah, could say it was a bit rash, but overall they got the red card, and then they go on and get a penalty. Newcastle.
That's right.
It was 10 men. They get a penalty, and that young player Kennedy. I don't know if they sold him, if they bought him from Chelsea or he's on loan from Chelsea, but he steps up, and the Cardiff keeper makes another great save.
Yeah, that's right.
He saved one from Callum Wilson last week, at Bournemouth, and then he saves another one this week. So if you had him in your fantasy team, there's some great points there.
Yeah, quality points. And then we went across to Everton Southampton, which was a brilliant game.
Yeah,
a fantastic game. And again, Everton impressing again this week, as they did the first week. Richarlison, I think, slowly going to become an Evertonian legend. I think
if he stays,
little hero, not legend, hero. But you know what, man, it was a brilliant performance, and I think on the flip side, from the Southampton perspective, it was good, and especially for Ings' point of view, to get a goal on the board.
So he's on loan there from Liverpool.
That's right. He's had a bit of a hard time recently, but he got himself in the scoreboard. But look, I have to say one thing, and a big thing I talk about is what happens in the training ground. Everton's goal, Theo Walcott's
the free kick,
that shows that the hard work that goes in the football. You can tell they're practicing the football grounds 100%. Time and time again. The way they passed it, stopped it, through ball and finish was magic. It was a brilliant goal. They're the kind of attention to detail that you look for with coaching and training, and it's just brilliant. What a goal it was. Richarlison scoring
another goal.
Nice, good, clean goal. Good cross, beautiful, clean there. He was in the moment. Speculations
that he could be out because through a niggly injury from last week's game.
But I heard that about this game, and he ended up playing. So look, I'm happy I had him in my fantasy team. Points were there to be made, but Everton continue to look good, and I think Richarlison's fitting in quite well in this team. And the price tag, like you said,
he's slowly making up for it, man. Everyone was speaking about the price tag, especially a team like Everton that don't really pay over the odds for players. Obviously, they don't got big backing as some of the bigger teams, but look, they took the gamble, and so far so good for Everton. You got.
And then we went across to Leicester. Leicester were the hosts against Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Yeah, that's the game I watched out of
the matches on 12 o'clock. Fast 12 o'clock.
That's the game I had my eye on.
You know what?
I don't know how.
The key, before we jump into any of the goals, anything, the key thing for me was Vardy's one a red card.
Absolutely, for me, I think. Just the intent that he was a bit rash the way he jumped in, even though he got the ball first, but the follow through, like.
Say the first initial challenge wasn't too bad. It's like you said, the follow through.
Yeah, but the follow through came.
Ridiculous.
It's a split second. So
but the first contact with the ball was good. The more I watched it, I'm like, he got the ball nice, and then the way he went in, studs up, and he cleaned the player. That's
for me. I thought red card.
I thought red too. No, I agree with the red. The other one I don't. The one in the Cardiff game, I don't.
Debatable. You see them given both ways.
Yeah, but the Vardy was a red card for sure.
I don't think if Vardy gets away with a yellow card there, mate, Wolverhampton wouldn't be happy.
No, not at all.
But look, the red card didn't affect Leicester at all. They were
already 2-0 up.
Sorry, yeah, they were 2-0 up.
They were 2-0 up.
And
what about that own goal, man?
It was one of the best own goals you probably will see.
What's an own goal? One teammate to the other.
To be fair, I don't know how Leicester won this game. Yeah, they did all right against Man United last week, but they were so lucky to go in. I think to go in half an hour to be 0-0, and then was it half time? What was the score?
29th minute. They scored.
And then right on half time they scored.
And then right on half time they scored another Madison, the biggest deflection goal.
Wolverhampton did not deserve to be behind.
No. First goal, own goal. Second goal, terrible deflection, which obviously swayed the keepers to go the wrong way. But although they lost 2-0, I've got to say, what we said initially last week and the week before, Wolverhampton are an exciting team to watch. I'm so excited to watch this team play week in, week out.
This week coming, they got Manchester City. So, you never know. And I reckon they could get into that, maybe that top 6, even 7 Europa League spot.
They're very unlucky.
But
they had, look, if we break down stats wise, they had more possession in the game, more possession, more shots, 11-6. Yeah, they only had 3 on target out of the 11. But look, overall, if you look at the stats, it was a fairly even game stats-wise.
Yeah.
But if you watch the overall performance, just the quality of football that Wolverhampton displayed, I'm excited to watch them go on in this Premier League season. I hope they do stay up this season because they're a great addition. They're great to watch.
I reckon out of the promoted teams, I think we said it in the first podcast that I think them and Fulham will stay up.
Yeah.
I think they got the quality. But yeah, man, it will be good to see.
Anyway, speaking of Fulham. Our next game was Tottenham.
Yeah, at the same time as well.
Hosting Fulham. So I was in and out of this game. I watched a bit of it, watched a bit out, changing between games. But
they got some of their players back. Trippier came back in since the World Cup.
Yep.
He's come in. And look, Tottenham
3-1.
I think
convincing win or no?
Ooh, do you know what? I think Wally was still 0-0, even at 1-0. Fulham, there were some promising signs from Fulham going forward, and they could have after Mitrovic got the second the equaliser, he hit the post, so that could have been 2-1 to Fulham. But then when you're chasing the game, you get exposed in the back, and I think that second goal was the challenge to give away that free kick wasn't needed.
Stupid.
Yeah, so it wasn't needed.
You got to regret that.
Yeah, look, it happens. But then you got Trippier. His last time he scored was in the World Cup, a nice free kick.
He did it again.
And, he's bend it like Trippier, or whip it like Trippier. Whip it like Trippier. Whippier.
But look, Lucas Moura also quality goal.
Oh, yeah, that's
quality goal. Left foot, finesse, back stick.
It'll be good to see how he goes, because last year I think came in January. He only played 7 games for Tottenham
from PSG.
So and now he's played. He started off the season.
He's starting to start now, which makes sense. I like how he's been included in the squad. It suits the squad. Everyone's saying, and again, this is another note about how we spoke about. Everyone speaks about Tottenham not making any signings. Players that haven't played yet, like Moura, is potentially considered as a new signing. You look at it that way. I mean, look, Moura scored. Mitrovic scored back 1-1. We thought Fulham were back in it until obviously we said the Trippier free kick, and then Kane with a class. The August curse.
The August curse.
He doesn't score in August, so he said, "Here, take this. I'll score in August if you want me to."
Great, good finish, good little finish.
Class, bro. Lamela. I think Lamela did not majority of the work. Don't get me wrong. Kane had to cut back and finesse a back stick, but the way Lamela carried the ball forward in between plays and poked it through was brilliant.
But look, they got that third goal. Like I just said, they got it on the counter attack on a break.
Yeah.
Fulham had to push players up.
Yeah.
To try get that equaliser, and look, sometimes it works out for you, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
But you have to take the risks. Losing 2-1 or 3-1 it's still 0 points. So.
But you know what I have to say, and what amazes me is Tottenham had 25 shots this game. 25 shots in which 11 were on target. Okay, to Fulham's 10, which were 3 on target. 25 shots. Now, they weren't all peachy shots, obviously, because they only scored 3, but 25 shots, it tells you, But both teams, I mean, clearly from the stats you can see, it was a highly possession-based, highly passing game, a lot of feet, a lot of circulating the ball. It was a consistent moving game. It was a great game to watch. Both teams displayed good football, but unfortunately for Fulham, Tottenham pulled the result through, and we saw another one of the big six, I guess, pull the 3 points in.
Yep.
We then saw Fulham at home to Bournemouth, in which my goal of the week was in this game.
Was it in this game? No.
Callum Wilson.
Yes.
It was 5 defenders and Callum Wilson, in which he ripped all 5 apart. In between, kind of like Ryan Giggs' finesse against, back in the days. That kind of goal, it was magic. It was beautiful. It took it in and out, in between players.
There's worrying signs for West Ham.
There are.
There are worrying signs. I mean,
and the more and more I watch them, the more and more I think they're going to get relegated.
Look, they got a penalty.
Is Arnautovic the curse?
Yes.
He was at Stoke.
Yeah, look,
relegated.
I don't know, man. But
West Ham going to get relegated, and then someone else is going to sign Arnautovic.
With all the signings they've made, you expect them to.
Will it take time for all these new players to mould into a team?
Maybe Pellegrini has come in with a different system.
New manager, new players. Everything's fresh.
But it doesn't look like there's no. I don't know. It just last week against Liverpool, they just looked dead. Like a lot of their players were just static. In this game, and Arnautovic is kind of the only player that's
quality penalty, by the way. Yeah, quality pen.
He's the only player that's kind of moving off the ball. But then when he stops getting service or doesn't get the service, he stops running too. Yeah. So
I believe Chich is the one that got taken down.
Yeah, Chicharito gets taken down.
I think the way he was in the box, the way he beat in between players was brilliant.
Did Perez play? He came from. I think that they signed him from Arsenal as well. I'm not sure if he played. I know they signed him, but is he? Maybe they should be using him a bit more. I don't know if he's injured. I don't know. I didn't see the lineup. He's not even on the bench. Oh, he was on the bench. He did come on. He did come on.
77th minute.
He's trying to mix it up. They played in a 4-4-2 as well. That's both teams
did, yeah. Which, you know what? Which is the two, and I've said this so many times. Now it's become all about the 1-9. Yeah, and now teams are starting to play the 2-9s again.
They're bringing it back slowly.
I love the partnership.
We've seen a bit at the end of last year.
I love the partnership
with a few teams, but
you've seen these guys.
He's bringing it out again. He's bringing it out again.
I've got to get back to the past for United now. It's all about the history. It's all about history. It's become Liverpool and Arsenal. Anyway, let's get depressed a bit later on. I don't want to be too depressed now. But striker partnerships are back in action in the EPL.
Yeah.
And it's good to see. It's more exciting to have a top front. Now it's interesting, back to a quick touch on fantasy. Now it's like, all right, do you have 2 strikers from the same team?
You could.
Like, you know what? One team in particular that I said that for was City. I could easily have Jesus and Aguero in my team as 2-9s. Yeah. You know what I mean? Easily. But look, to me, I think the match of the week, Chelsea hosted Arsenal.
Yeah.
Now this was a good goal. This was a good game. Yeah. Very good match.
Especially for the neutral, it was
for a neutral, it was great to watch.
Look, now Chelsea off the blocks.
Started strong.
Started strong straight away. First whistle. Pedro with that goal after
9 minutes.
Alonso down.
But you know what? The whole combination play before Alonso, the whole build-up play, the way he got sent to the wing, Pedro running in, it was just a great goal. Great goal, man. Fantastic goal. You know.
And then Morata gets his goal. Maybe and again, shuts a bit of critics.
And again, who helped him out for the goal?
Yeah, Spilicueta. It's like a trend.
It's a trend.
It's like if I swear, if you have one of these players in your fantasy, you got to have the other one in as well. If you have Morata, you got to have Spilicueta because he's the only one that assists him, and or the other way around as well. Still got the
bird in my head. Yeah, but yeah, honestly, it's hilarious. I don't know what it is with Morata and Azpilicueta, but
yeah, look, Chelsea started well, but
within 20 minutes or 2-0 up.
Yeah,
but the way, and you know what, Arsenal missed some ridiculous chances. Mkhitaryan and Aubameyang in the box.
Iwobi missed one as well.
Iwobi missed one as well, but in the box, missing him.
It could have been 5-2.
Yeah, for all we know. And then to see Mkhitaryan put that goal away, which is brilliant. Left foot outside the box in the bottom corner, tucked it away, no chance for the keeper. It was amazing. Iwobi, solid finish in the box, clinical in the right area with a little celebration. I don't know what the celebration was. But within 41 minutes, so for half time we ended the half 2-2. Which was an exciting half to watch. But then the second half started. Alonso getting to attacking area, put it away.
Yeah, to finish.
And again, they're a team. Chelsea's a team where the defenders contribute so much to goals. They got such attacking defenders. It's brilliant.
Look,
Azpilicueta, Alonso, David Luiz, these players can all score and assist. It's
the style that Surrey, what's the manager's name? The way he's got him playing, I think he's got his system, and the players are responding to it. You have Jorginho playing in as the deep six. He's taking that role from Kante now.
No, Kante can come a bit forward.
You can see now he's going more forward. Even in the World Cup or last season, you'd never see Kante outside the box waiting for the ball over the top or to be playing around the 18-yard box.
He scored first goal of the season.
Last week. But he had a few chances again against Arsenal as well. A header and another shot. Last season, you don't see him getting in them positions. No. And I think Jorginho is a really good player and a really good addition to this Chelsea
squad. For that
squad.
reason as well.
And you put him in that midfield with next to or besides Kante. I don't really rate Ross Barkley, but when what's his name from
who are you talking about?
Kovacic. When Kovacic came on,
how good did he look?
He looked really good.
What a signing!
He looked really good.
What a signing!
I think he's on loan though.
You know what? I have to say, and I think I said this to you, Chelsea have one of my favourite midfielders at the moment.
Yeah,
the midfield,
I think them,
as a unit.
I think them three.
What a midfield, eh?
Kovacic looked really good, especially on the ball, the 1-2s with Hazard. Hazard, as soon as he came on, he changed the game.
Of course, man.
So if they
off the bench,
like that goal he created, he assisted for Alonso, it was out of nothing. Yeah. He was in the corner, a little shimmy, turned one player. I'm not sure if it might have been Bellerin. He's turned him and he's put it in, and it's a goal for Chelsea. If Chelsea end up losing Hazard, I think they're in trouble.
They're screwed. But look, on the flip side, I have to say, once again, I know Arsenal lost. I'm very impressed with the youngster Matteo Guendouzi in midfield. He's very impressive, very, very impressive. He's energetic. He's a fresh breath of air for the club, for the team, for the midfield. You know, in the past we've seen all these. You know, your Ramseys, your Wilshires, your standard English, slower box to box. You know, play the clean football. This guy's a hard worker. He gets in there, does the dirty work.
It feels like he's been there for a while. To me,
it feels so natural that he's in the squad.
But you got to give credit to the manager.
I was going to say props to the manager.
This guy, they got him from League 2 in France. League 2.
Yeah.
And now to put him in an Arsenal squad straight away, started him last week. He was good in pre-season, and to start him, I think you got to have a bit of balls.
He started them against City and Chelsea first 2 games of the season. City and Chelsea, and these youngsters playing from Tier 2 French league.
Yeah.
So look,
I think there's probably with Arsenal. Obviously they're building.
Yeah.
There's promising signs for them. I think Xhaka was horrible.
Yeah.
Xhaka was horrible. And there's a lot of talk with Arsenal supporters as well that they don't know what he's doing there.
To get a starting spot in the midfield and play that terrible, it's a shock.
Who's the Uruguayan they got?
Terrera.
Yeah. Why isn't he starting? He came on.
What a signing. Again, he looked brilliant.
Once him and Lacazette come on,
brilliant.
They play the football changed again. Now, like you were speaking about the 2 up front, should they go to a 2 up front with Aubameyang and Lacazette?
Yeah, and sit your Ozil behind, sit Mkhitaryan out wide with Iwobi or whoever they have. Look, but you know what as well, I have to say, their backline, Mustafi, Monreal, Socrates and Bellerin, I really think this is a game. This was really a game where Lex Steiner should have came on.
He should have, yeah.
The experience, what he produced last week was magic. Yeah. Against City, he was brilliant. To see him not come on this game, I think he really should have come on. Lex Steiner, you need experienced players against big teams, big clubs. Are a must.
Yeah.
Look, don't get me wrong. You have your balance. You have your Guendouzi in the midfield, brilliant balance. Then you have someone like him to come on. It would have balanced everything out, I think. And it's a shame to say, but look, that was that. Chelsea beat Arsenal 3-2. Chelsea, that's 2 from 2. Arsenal 0 from 2. But look, Arsenal have faced City and Chelsea so far, so they've had that rough.
So then now they've got a few games that. It looks like they've got West Ham next week, so they're both on 0 points. West Ham look like there's. I don't know what's going on there with the Hammers.
Yeah.
But yeah, on to the next game.
All right, so Burnley were the hosts against Watford. Look, quite simply, Watford dominated 3-1. Some great goals there as well. Troy Deeney had a brilliant performance. Andre Gray, brilliant performance. Hughes' goal was quality as well. That's the box bomb. There was no coming back for Burnley. There was no hope for Burnley. You hate Burnley. You hate their name. You want them out. They lost 3-1 at home.
I'm so happy.
Watford dominated. Decore looked great. Troy Deeney looked great. The whole squad was magic. I think we're just going to cut it.
Yeah, look,
they're going to cut it short. Look, I have to say though, their goal.
I didn't watch most of the game. I just saw the goals and the highlights. So
yeah.
Can't tell you much about that one.
It was.
When you see Burnley and Watford, you're not really excited to watch it. You're not getting up for that one. So,
and then
they play the same time as
we saw Manchester City host Huddersfield Town.
The champions' first game at home. I think they just.
It was a no-brainer, man. It was a no-brainer. This was straight domination. It was straight domination. It was no shit given. It was all out. It was non-stop. It was magic. Mind you, De Bruyne out 2 months. Big news for the club.
No De Bruyne, no problem.
Doesn't matter, eh? No, I know. Don't get me wrong. Again, we said this last week about Huddersfield. They make teams look good, but man,
look, we said it. They lost a lot of players, but still, look, you got to give them a little bit of credit. They held City off for half an hour, just over half an hour.
25th minute, they copped their
10 men behind the ball for most of that, and then
Aguero cheeky took the ball. Assist from Edison.
Assist for Edison.
Cut back that fake 1-2, the chip over the keeper.
That's all it takes. If they didn't score that goal, it would have been a bit harder for City to break him down because they had so many players.
But when you have Aguero up front, the magic he possesses.
Yeah. You're right. But I'm just saying, like you've seen that before, where smaller teams just hold off, and sometimes it's just not one of them days that nothing goes.
But when you have the firepower that City have, come on, man. Like you know what? Put all the goal scorers aside. Look, don't get me wrong. Aguero hat trick. Gabriel Jesus got his name in the sheet. David Silva magic free kick, which it was good for David Silva to score a goal. He brought his son out, which we know had a premature. His wife had a premature birth. He walked out with his son. It was beautiful to see that. He got his goal.
Great free kick.
Beautiful free kick, clean. We then saw an own goal, a very unlucky goal, but that was Sane coming off the bench. The quality they have off the bench, the quality is unbelievable. It's just, you bring Morris off the bench, you bring Sane, and they even brought that youngster, the 18-year-old off the bench. He looked great as well.
He looked decent. So even but look, City just on a different level, man.
Can I say something? Despite all the goal scorers, a standout performer for me has to be Mendy.
Oh, look, hands down. He's got to be.
He playing? He's got to be
the best left back in the Premier League.
And the thing is, they play three at the back, and they use him as left mid. They use him as a wing back.
Yeah, that's.
But it's weird because they sit one deep, they sit a six deep. And then they sit there 2 and 5. Their wing backs high up in the park. It's brilliant. Guardiola's got it so right. He's got the squad so right. And you know what's funny? Picking City players in fantasy is a nightmare.
You don't know he's going to start now.
Bro, I took Sane out of my team. I put Bernardo Silva in. I put Aguero as captain, and we're like, Aguero's not going to start. Maybe scores a hat trick. Thank God I had him 40 points. But it's unbelievable. And then to think, who's going to think that Gundogan, Silva, Fernandinho, and other Silva, Bernardo Silva, while you have Morris on the bench, Sane on the bench.
Who else is on the bench there?
Bro, like what a team. Otamendi didn't start. Sterling didn't start.
Phil, what's in it?
Foden, that's the 18-year-old that came on. Walker didn't play.
He looked good as well. So Walker.
Their backup keeper, Chilean national, bro. Their whole bench, their whole squad, their whole team. They've got a Champions League winning squad. I think if they do it right this year, they'll win the Champions League. I'm jumping to conclusions. I hate them, but they're unbelievable. They're unbelievable. And then it burns me because you know what? I even speak to my father, and he's like, "Look at City going forward. All they care about is going forward, and then we'll go to the next game."
Yeah, but look, City.
Man United.
Yeah, look, City would deserve winners. Just to wrap this one up, let us know what you think about City. Are they going to win the league again? Obviously, they're the favourites. Is Mendy the best left back in the Premier League?
In the world? Marcelo's there. Alba.
I think he's better. Oh, he could be better. Alba's been a bit off.
We'll see. Big call to say best in the world, but best in the Premier League.
In the Premier League, I reckon he is. Who else?
Luke Shaw.
Not yet, but yeah.
But anyway,
let us know. What do you think about Man City?
You know what? I'll even jump to a bigger question. What he said: are they going to win the treble this year? I'm going to jump to a bigger question. Are they going to win the treble this year?
Do you know this season marks 20 years since we won the treble?
Yeah, it is. That's right.
20 years. Far out.
And it's going to happen.
Look, they can do it. But the thing is, with City, are they going to Are they really going to focus on the small cup competitions, or is it just about keep the pace in the Premier League and just go all out in the Champions League? Because I think that's what they're going for now. I think that's what Guardiola wants.
With the squad, not the team, with the squad they can win it all.
Yeah, I know, but look...
You got Mahrez and De Bruyne injured and Mahrez off the bench and all these guns, Sane,
look, you can have one game, you don't even know injuries.
Anyway, still early days, still round two.
Yeah,
and then we went across to Brighton Hove and Albion against Manchester United.
Amex Stadium.
I'm gonna start with this. As a United fan that's watched every game since I was a kid, whatever, I must say, probably the worst performance I've ever seen of Man United ever. I'm going to exaggerate that much.
Close.
I think ever. I can't think about another game in the past where Man United played so terrible like this. To me, the whole backline was rubbish except for Shaw. The whole midfield was dead. Non-existent. Just a depressing match. We ate one early, which was such a casual finish for Murray. Such a casual finish. Experience showed. They then 2-0 up, Duffy. 2 minutes
later.
We thought, all right, 34th minute, 7 minutes later, Romelu Lukaku, little nice flick on with the header from Shaw. I'm like, all right, surely they're back in it. It's 2-1, it's 33rd minute, they're back in it. 34th minute, they're back in it. And then, what was that tackle from Bailly? Was that needed? Lindelof was there.
Yeah, Lindelof was there, but I think our backline was shambles. Bailly was probably his worst performance probably in his career
ever.
But the problem now, before we break down not player by player, but break down key moments. For you, who's to blame here? Who's to blame? Is it the manager? Are the players to blame? What's your take on that? What's your whole take on the whole talk with players not happy? Mourinho's not happy with the board, because there's a lot of negativity coming out of the media and coming out of the club. And
look, it could be a lot bigger than even just the manager and the players. It could be, like you said, could be the owner, could be the club, could be the board.
What's your take?
My take, from what I'm seeing, when a team doesn't perform well, the manager takes full ownership. Now, I get it. You're a player. You give the tools, the trade to the players. They got to be in the field and they got to work themselves. Now, don't get me wrong. Their excuse for playing so poor isn't all blame to Mourinho. It's not fair to blame Mourinho for everything. They are men. They're grown athletes. They're professionals. They should be playing the football the way they know how to play it. But when you're a manager that doesn't have the respect of the players, where the players don't even want to play, that's got to fall back on the manager. Now, is Mourinho that way because the board's not helping him, or is the committee not helping him? Look, if you ask me, man, I said this already, I think Mourinho does need to go. It's a big conclusion, but I think he does need to go. It's quite simple.
And who comes in? What's your fix?
Give us Zidane. Give us Zidane, because he'll bring in the big names. There are players in the world that want to play underneath Zidane. Yeah, all right, he doesn't have much experience. But coach has got to start somewhere. Manager's got to start somewhere.
If it's the board, so you're going to get rid of... If Mourinho is not happy because the board are not giving him the money...
That's the conclusion. We don't know that.
Okay, we don't know that. I'm just saying that. If Zidane comes in and he needs new players to freshen up the team and the board doesn't give him the money, what's going to change? What's there to change? We know Mourinho can change. He's got different tactics to change things up. We know he's won trophies everywhere he's gone.
Yeah, but that was how many years ago? He hasn't won it. He hasn't won anything in so long.
Well,
the last time he was at Chelsea, they finished 7th or whatever it was.
Yeah, but
he hasn't won something in so long. Is he now? Are his tactics too old? Is everyone catching up to these tactics? These tactics were brilliant back in the days, but not anymore. I feel like they're expiring.
The tactics he used at Madrid weren't the same as now.
Different league, I agree with you. But when he was at Chelsea, for example, in the Premier League,
well, they ended up they won the league.
But the tactics were good then. But now everyone's catching up to it. Maybe they're not the same, but they're very similar.
I don't think
his approach to the game is...
I don't think bringing in another manager right now is going to change anything. When do you bring him in? When do you sack Mourinho?
What's the solution?
I don't know what the solution is.
So I want to ask the question to you. Who's to blame?
I think it's a mixture of both. It has to be.
Oh, I agree with you. It's a mixture of both. But who wears most of it? The players and the manager?
Well, you can't blame Mourinho. Or you blame Mourinho. I blame him for the place he's picked, because he's put the formation out there. He's put the players out there. What is Ashley Young doing at right back? He's been playing left back. First of all, he's a failed winger that's playing left back. Now he's on the right. in a back four. That first goal that they scored, he has no idea positionally where he is on the field. He has no idea. And I seen that when I went to Old Trafford last year against City, watching him live, because you don't see the camera when you're watching it on TV. You don't see
what he's doing off the ball.
Yeah, you don't see their shape off the ball. Exactly the same thing. He is clueless in defense. So yeah, you blame him for that. You can't blame him for the stupidity that Bailly is clearing it with no one around him. He's shanking it back to De Gea and he goes out for a corner.
Bailly was terrible.
And then you got after the second half, Bailly's first touch is heavy and his second touch is a tackle outside our box. No pressure. So for players not performing, you can't, on that day, you can't blame Mourinho for that. You can blame him for the tactics. You can. Yeah,
but the amount of talk in the media about Mourinho, it throws the players off.
Yeah, but if it's the media just talking shit, which they always do, everything's glorified with Man United. Like I've been hearing, that Man United wanted Boateng, they wanted
Toby Alderweireld.
No, what's the other one from Leicester? Maguire, but they didn't want to they don't want to play for under Mourinho. Who said that? Show me the quote.
Yeah, where's the source for that?
Where's the quote that says that? People are just bringing these things out, and of course there's gonna be more pressure on Mourinho. There's gonna be more pressure on players. Look, some of the team selection. Start of the game, that team he put out should be beating.
I like that team. When he put Martial, Mata and Lukaku out, with Pogba, and I liked it.
But then look, you got to.
You know what? But I do think a bit of experience is still missing. I think Matic is a loss, not playing. Don't get me wrong. I like Pereira. I like what he's showing. I like what he's offering. But look, yeah, okay, we can say the players should be playing out there. You're giving Bailly opportunities where you're just shanking it and stuff like that. I agree with you.
There's a lot of things.
It goes. We can sit here for ages and talk about it and break it all down. But look, ultimately, I get it. The players are responsible for the football they play on the pitch.
But we've seen that.
Mourinho needs to create that environment where it's just buzzing.
Yeah, but look, you got to understand. Is all this negativity coming? I think it's because the board are not giving him the money to buy players. There was talks that with the whole Pogba deal that they bought him, or they were going through the deal 2 years before Mourinho came. So they were trying to get him done when Van Gaal was here. So is this even a player that Mourinho wants here? Is this one of his players? We know Ed Woodward buys players who are good for marketing, who are going to sell the shirts, who are going to get the Adidas deals and all these other sponsorship deals. That's the players he wants. Getting Toby Alderweireld is not going to sell you shirts. He's not going to get you sponsorships. He's not a marketing player. This is why, like, was Fred? He's not like a big name. There's not much. He didn't play that well this game, but no one's ripping into him. Why? Because he's just a normal, like, average player that we bought.
But you know what? No one's ripping into him because they're ripping into the whole team. The whole team was embarrassing. I think the only ones that look good. Shaw was the only defender that played decent for us.
He was the only one.
The other three were absolute rubbish. Rubbish.
But look, look. How do you? Finn comes on second half. Mata comes off. Pereira comes off, and now it's an attacking lineup. He's putting attack. Now he's saying he's too defensive. We're full of the attackers now.
Yeah, because we're down.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. He's changed it up.
Yeah.
So how are you gonna still blame him from?
Why aren't we starting attacking?
Well, how many players do you want? How many attacking players?
What do you mean you're saying attacking lineup?
He's put on Rashford and Lingard.
Yeah, it's attacking because we're down. Of course, we're not going to put defensive players on.
Yeah, I know, but then he's changed it up. Now we're looking to go forward. He's going after the game. So for that poor second half, who do you bring it down to now?
I'm still the manager, man.
Martial, that's his last game for United.
Yeah, he's done.
He's getting too many chances.
As much as I hate it, he's got absolute talent, but he's done.
I love him. But Sanchez is now out.
Fellaini comes off the bench. I think Fellaini looked pretty decent off the bench. He made a bit of a difference.
He did make a little bit.
In which I think his penalty was not a penalty.
Yeah, look,
he turned it.
Whatever, didn't make a difference at the end.
We lost 3-2. Doesn't matter.
Martial, that's his last game. For me, he's gone. Because how many chances you're going to give a player? How many chances you're going to give a player till he steps? You're versing Brighton. You got to be ripping Brighton apart. And what's that? He done that one little skill at the start, and then he was hiding the rest of the game for 60 minutes. You're hiding. And now you wanna. He's got to go.
I think Lingard, to me, if you ask who starts in the midfield, Lingard's got to be starting.
Lingard's the only one that
he links up with every player.
He's the, you can see
him and Lukaku
he's playing for the manager. You can see he's playing for the shirt. But I just think it's getting a bit glorified, because if we won this game and then lost to Tottenham next week, this whole story happens again next week. It was always going to happen.
Can I tell you something? I don't care if we lose. Like, don't get me wrong, I do care if we lose. But if we lose and play decent, fair enough.
Yeah.
When we lose and play terribly, we've got to get ripped apart.
But
I'll be first ripping United apart. I'll be the first one.
We won last week. How come everyone ripped into us?
Who ripped into us?
Everyone.
They said that
media, pundits, everyone.
We didn't deserve to win. We got dominated. Blah blah blah. You know what? But I said I don't care. 3 points, 3 points.
That's what I mean. There 100%. There was no urgency from none of the players.
No hunger.
We need a leader in the team. Yeah, I agree. Paul Pogba could be a captain. But if we were down 3-1 and we had Wayne Rooney as captain, what was he doing? He was ripping into his teammates. What was Patrick Vieira doing? Roy Keane doing? Players like that.
Eat everyone alive when that happened.
He used to grab people by the, like, what are you doing? We don't got that leader to fire these players up. I just think that there's a lot of things happening at the club that need to be addressed. They've come out, said they're going to get a what's that thing to make all the director of football. They're saying Mourinho is happy to have this director of football. The United website or whatever have come out and said that, but now there's rumours that he doesn't want that. So someone to pick the players. It's a bit of a shambles, and you know how Mourinho is. Mourinho now, knowing how Mourinho is, does he stick with that lineup next week?
No, he won't start Martial again.
No, not the lineup, the back line. The back line. We need a. We've seen in the past with Vidic and Ferdinand that partnership needs to be solid in the back, especially some of the other Premier League teams when the two centre mids are the same for the majority of the season. It's usually got a solid backline.
You know what?
Now, who's he going to change now?
But the interesting part of that is, look, Lindelof is a good defender. Is he physical? No, he's not as physical as a defender needs to be. But technicality,
he's good on the ball, yeah.
On the ball, he's brilliant. But on that note, like you're saying, if you don't consistently start the same back two, then it's another problem we're going to create for ourselves, because there's no consistency in the back line. And you've got to have a strong partnership. I say stick to Lindelof and Bailly, but I reckon give him an earful.
But this is what
you've got to smash him at training.
Okay, it could be one of them games. It could be one, because last week Bailly and Lindelof were amazing.
Exactly, that's why you stick to them.
But that's what I'm saying. It could be one of them games. A one-off.
Something happened.
Maybe they're gonna go back, review it, and you never know. Next week against Tottenham, they could be again solid in the back. But my whole thing is, I agree with you that the manager has to get the blame. I don't think all of the blame.
Oh no, it's
the formation that we've played. We know Ashley Young, he can't play in a back four. If you're gonna start Ashley Young, we must play a back three. We must play three. What did we play last year?
3-5.
3-4-3. 3-4-3.
But you know what? And you know what kills me, and I told you this. Ashley Young as a left back is not bad, yeah. But
positionally,
to you, it's terrible.
No, it's not just. I know
going up, he doesn't track back and defend. I get it.
There's a lot of things wrong with him.
Left back, okay, fair enough. As a right back, he's even worse, because you know what? What he has on the left side that's really good is he cuts back, and he gets in that right foot to whip in.
But the thing is,
to cross, he's a. If you ask me, he's a shitter version of Valencia. And Valencia runs down that wing and he does the whole foot thing and stops. Doesn't have to cross it. Young did the same thing. Every cross is blocked.
But
there's no resorting to that.
No, you're right. But the thing is, if you're gonna play with Ashley Young, it must be a back three. Because then, like, you play with a back three.
So who's your back three then? Do you play Shaw as a back? Do you play him as a wing back in the mid?
Yeah, that's what I mean. You play him as wing backs.
Him and Young.
You have to. You have to have a back three.
And then you have Lindelof, Bailly, and
that
Jones.
would work. Because then, if we look at that goal, they scored. I'll show you. I'll try to bring it up somewhere on the screen if I can. That goal down the wing with Ashley Young. If we played with a back three and the two wing backs, Ashley Young would have been higher with that player that made that pass through, and Lindelof and Bailly would have been tighter here. So that goal, they would have never scored that first goal. They would have never scored that first goal. He's got to stick to a formation, Mourinho, in my opinion. Stick to a formation. Just because a player was off, he's changed Darmian straight away. Last week he was poor. Straight away he's changing. Not even in the.
But he put Young as a right back instead.
But that's what I mean.
Was Young better than Damian?
Okay, but my point is
he's trying to make change
straight away. So he didn't even give him a chance to be like, all right, look. Even though I don't agree, Damian should be in this club. He shouldn't be in like the Manchester postcode. He wasn't even on the bench. So, and of course, players are going to be with no a player's not going to play for him and all that because he looks straight away they're getting out of the squad. But I think we need to
look. We can sit here and talk about this game and Man United's problems all day.
We could kick back a bit. It's only the second game.
It's only the second round. Look, it's only the second round. Again, Pogba with the same finish for his penalty.
Yeah,
it was a little.
He went a bit quick.
And he went quick out of nowhere. You know, I love that. Yeah. I did like that because he slowed down and the keeper's like, oh, I saw this last week, and then out of nowhere he started sprinting and he's like, oh, he's coming at me. Great finish.
Look, and another thing, Matty Ryan put up a great save for that Pogba shot. But one thing that pisses me off the most, man, Brighton had 0 shots on target last week against Watford. 0. They had 3 shots on target, I think, this week, and they scored them all.
Yeah, but that could be us as well.
Yeah, but this is what I mean. They got 0 shots on target.
Like, bro, that second goal, the goal was in the box. Boy shanks it, and he's in the box. This player's in the box, Duffy. He's in the box around 5 United players, and he gets a chance to have a shot. Stuff like that. Who said Watford wouldn't have closed him down in the box?
After that, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And after that,
it's embarrassing.
We're 3-1 down. Before that poor Pogba shot, we had only 1 shot on target, and that was the goal. 1 shot on target. This is the problem. We have.
Look, guys. Look, we can go on and on. You can tell we're frustrated. We're pissed off. Look, there's still Crystal Palace versus Liverpool that's coming up.
Well, by the time this comes out,
that game would have happened. We're hoping Crystal Palace.
Come on, Palace,
please. Otherwise, United. But look, guys, let us know what you think. Should
Jose leave? Should Man United sack him?
I think so.
If so, let us know in the comments if Mourinho, you want Mourinho out, let us know why. Don't just say Mourinho out.
And you know what? Let us know, like we were saying.
Give us a good reason.
Are the players to blame? Is the manager to blame? Are they both to blame? Who's to blame? What's happening? Before we end the show, though, I want to touch something real quick. Mr. Bance.
Mr. Bance.
Mr. Bance on the fantasy.
Yeah, still.
No, really, I'm not going to go into fantasy too deep because
we'll probably make another video of fantasy.
That's for another time. But Mr. Bance on 199. I believe he told me this. He's 112th in the world.
Oh, it's changed now. He was 112th last week.
If he was in Australia, he's from Nigeria. Comment, Mr. Bance, waiting for your comments.
Yeah, waiting for you. Who are you, Bance?
Let us know, you magician. But if like you were saying to me, if he was in Australia, he'd be first in Australia.
Because he's put his location or country as Nigeria. But if he was put in Australia, he'll be first in Australia.
That's crazy.
And you're in our competition.
Yeah, we're coming for
Anyway, guys, we'll make another video for fantasy. Maybe we'll try to get it out on Thursday, just before the weekend. Yeah, let us know, guys. Leave your thoughts down in the comments. Who's winning the league? Is Guardiola and Man City the best team in the world? I think you mentioned that to me the other day. They could be. Are they winning Champions League? Are they going to go back-to-back in the Premier League? Should Mourinho go out? Who do they bring in? Do they bring in
Zidane?
Give it Giggsy to the end of the season.
Give it to Giggsy to the rest of the season.
Let's get Moise back. Moise.
Anyways, guys, we'll see you next time.